Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. First off, we're going to talk about Mr. Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. I've been tweeted at this, had a lot of text messages over the weekend, a lot of friends, a lot of family, like, oh, you know, what is Micah Parsons actually going to get traded? And I was sitting here like, no, all of this is part of a negotiation ploy. I saw this coming from a mile away. I knew when the first couple weeks of training camp was going on and Micah Parsons was having this little, I'm going to be the team guy type of bit going on. I'm going to be at practice. I'm still going to practice. I knew that wasn't going to last long because it's not smart when it comes to negotiations with your health. You could get injured at practice and you don't have a long-term deal. All of these things are a factor. So I knew the stuff with Micah Parsons wasn't going to last that long. What do I necessarily think of this? But before we get into all of that, let's just get to a little quick article here that is going to pretty much explain everything for us. On Friday, Dallas Cowboys All-Pro defender Micah Parsons officially requested a trade after months of contract talks have led to nowhere. Micah Parsons has been open in his desire for a new contract for months and elected to attend training camp instead of holding out with hopes of getting a deal done. However, the start of camp led to some continuous public comments from both sides about how much Parsons is worth. A few hours before Parsons released his statement, a report emerged detailing how everything completely fell apart and stated the Cowboys are not negotiating with Parsons' agent. That same report suggested Parsons was close to taking drastic action to get what he feels he deserves. And this article here is 100% true. I was on the golf course at the time when everything was going down with Micah Parsons and the trade rumors. Diana Rossini, the lead football reporter for The Athletic, she reported that statement saying that Micah Parsons was essentially ready to take drastic action in regards to his contract. And I didn't want to believe it because there's a lot of stuff that Diana Rossini reports and, sometimes it doesn't come into fruition. But boy, was she not on it with this one. Right after this report came out that with Diana Rossini, Micah Parsons led to Twitter, and it's in my lower third. A couple hours after that, on X, with screenshots of his notes app giving a pretty much definitive statement that he is wanting a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I have not read his tweet verbatim. I'm not going to get, and I think I might, now that I think about it, let's just actually sit with you guys and actually dissect what he said. I did not have this planned actually when I was writing up my show, but I'm sitting here thinking, what a great idea if we actually dissect what Micah Parsons had to say. Hopefully his tweet is still up. Yes, it is. And we're going to read this together. Why not? Okay. Let's see what we have. I think this is it from the start. Micah Parsons, and I quote, "Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in the sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I have purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done. But since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last offseason about my third year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point, which is fairly stupid on their part. I was okay with that, didn't complain, and focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the Combine. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up, but I didn't care and I wanted to secure myself as a long-term Dallas Cowboy. This was before any other pass rushing deals got done. I know this to be true. After the season, I told my... Oh, okay, this is a continuation of the last tweet. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence as far as my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about my leadership. Somehow the conversation turned into him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in a back and forth in regards to what I wanted from my contract, but at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a formal negotiation, and I informed Mr. Jones afterward my agent would reach out thinking these things would get done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, he was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that wasn't the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent, and at that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decided they wanted to talk. Yet still, not a call, email, or text to my agent about starting a negotiation. Up to today, the team has not had... Okay. At this point, we decided that, still not, okay. Up to today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stay quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives I have made a tough decision, I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. This is quoted word from word from Micah Parsons' official Twitter page. First off, let's just sound off. I got a couple things to sound off on. And it's, again, the stupidity of Jerry Jones and the front office. Why are you wanting to negotiate a contract without the agent? The purpose of a player hiring an agent is for them to give them the best money they could possibly get. Make sure you're not screwing them over. We know Jerry Jones is very cheap, and that is something he was probably wanting to do, and he was having these conversations with Micah Parsons. But Micah Parsons is not dumb. David Mulugeta, who has been in magazines, sports magazines, for being regarded as the best agent in the business right now. He's not going to let that slide. So, it is very wrong on Jerry Jones's part to try and screw Micah Parsons over in his money because, as Micah Parsons stated, he wanted to get a deal done going into his third year. At the time, if I'm not mistaken, Nick Bosa was the only edge rusher to be signed, and at that price, it was $34 million. Max Crosby wasn't signed, TJ Watt wasn't signed, Myles Garrett wasn't signed. I don't even think Brian Burns was even signed, which was, he got below Nick Bosa, as well as Harris, Josh Allen, the edge rusher for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He wasn't yet done yet either, but they both were below Joey Bosa. So you could have got Micah Parsons at essentially $34 million to $35 million. Micah Parsons, maybe at the time, given to how good Nick Bosa was playing football, he probably would have been lenient and maybe accepted $33 million. We don't know. But Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones have done this with every single star player they've had. They've done it with Dak. They've done it with CD. They've done it, well, they didn't do it with Diggs, but they're doing it right now with Micah Parsons. You wait, and you wait, and you wait, and they get more expensive, and more expensive. All of this is Jerry Jones and them's fault. Micah is in the right to do what he is doing, because why jeopardize your health to get you out of money? You've seen what has happened so far with Trayvon Diggs. Ever since he's been paid, he has got hurt, but it is his security blanket. Same thing with Dak. Hopefully we don't get to that point with CD, but I think that's probably the reason why Jerry Jones is pretty much want to take a step back and give Micah Parsons his money, but Jerry Jones needs to understand injuries are part of the game. You cannot help it. You cannot use that and take that as an advantage over a player on your team who is easily and can be regarded as your best player on the team. The reason why the defense is going to be even decent going into the season to begin with. Why would you want to go into a season without your best player? Why would you not want to take care of your star player? Knowing you knew where the market was going to go. Will McClay, Stephen Jones, all of these guys are not dumb. They've done this. They've had this job for years. They knew the market was going to go where it eventually was going to go. So Micah is right. Don't jeopardize your health. Don't tear an ACL. Don't tear Achilles. Any type of thing where it doesn't matter. Right now in practice, training camp, it does matter to a certain degree. But right now, do what CeeDee Lamb did last year. Hold out of training camp. Don't practice. Even though CeeDee Lamb was not even present, but Micah Parsons is present, but don't even show up in training camp. Don't practice in training camp. Don't even play a preseason game, which Dallas historically the last couple of years, none of their stars have really played a preseason game. So you don't have to worry about that. But this is where we're at. Jerry's negotiations of contracts have been historically horrible. And it has put Dallas in a position to be cheap in free agency. Not go out and get star-studded players that you need to buffer up your team, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, at linebacker, at nose tackle. Drafting can only take you so far. Go ask the Philadelphia Eagles. What happened with all them draft picks they drafted from Georgia? They haven't panned out. What did they do? Got to free agency, won some Super Bowls. Ask the San Francisco 49ers. How is drafting got them? They've been to the dance, but they have not won it. What about the Kansas City Chiefs? They haven't been the greatest at drafting. Hey, they got rid of their star wide receiver, traded him away, and guess what? They won 2 more Super Bowls. You can't just sit here and rely on the draft. You have to go out and get players. But to end this off, ultimately, and I know a lot of people are going to say this and think this, Jerry Jones is going to sign Micah Parsons. There's no way I do see them trading him at all. Again, all of this is part of negotiations. Myles Garrett did the same thing. Myles Garrett released a statement on social media. And then 2 weeks after that, essentially, is when he got signed. $40 million, highest paid edge rusher in the league. So this is all part of negotiations. I do see Jerry paying him because guess what? Jerry loves his guys. I've said that statement many times, and I don't take it lightly. Jerry loves his guys. If he extends anybody, he extends his homegrown talent. And I think the deal is going to get done. Micah's going to win the battle. Jerry loves his guys. He loves his star players like a son. He's been on the record saying that when it comes to Micah, when it comes to CD and Dak, and he has signed 2 out of the 3. And those 3 players are the pillar of your team. And Mr. Micah Parsons, no matter how you slice it, is going to be a Dallas Cowboy for the foreseeable future. So anybody who texts me, anybody out there in the media space who are speculating where should Micah Parsons go, he's not going anywhere unless he's got that star on his helmet. That's where he's going. He loves Dallas. No matter what he said in that little snippet that he posted on X, he loves the Dallas Cowboys. He was ecstatic when he got drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. There were so many memes and so many type of people in media over here just fathoming over what Micah Parsons did, just the love and admiration he had and the excitement on his face when he got drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the pre-draft interview. Going into the draft, he was saying, I hope to get drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, and it fell that way. And year in and year out, he has worked his tail off. He is, even though, he's had some stuff going on with his podcast that a lot of people shy upon, outside of that, he shows up on the field. He's passionate. He holds people accountable, and he is the guy you want leading your charge going into Sunday, Thursday, or Monday night. He deserves to be on the Cowboys, and he deserves his money. He deserves to get $41 to $42 million, right past what TJ Watt just got. because he is that talented of a player and he is that important to the squad. But that is all I had to say regarding Micah Parsons. We're not going to sit here and exaggerate the situation any longer. What did you guys think about my comments? Do you agree with me in any way, form, or fashion? What do you think about what Micah Parsons had to say? I want to know all of your comments down below.